Right, he's here for another discussion of the world, the literary world, really, on a Tuesday afternoon, as we do on the show, slightly earlier than usual. We have, well, they're foodie books, aren't they, this week, Ali Catterall?
They are. Well, the theme is indulgence, I think, this week.
Well, yeah, I guess it is, actually, with both these. So we'll come to real-life Willy Wonka in just a second, but I wanted to start with a little one that you say it's been around about a month, but I guess it's quite timely now, isn't it?
It's been around a month, exactly like some people's hangovers, I think. This is called the Hungover Cookbook, or Hungover, as it's spelled on the title, Hungoever.
Very good.
Just to drill home, if drill is not the absolute word, drill home the horrible condition that hangovers are.
Now, there was a press launch for this book, wasn't there? And
There was, which I attended.
Unusually, it was a breakfast.
It was a morning hangover breakfast press launch, which I dutifully attended and trotted up to. Although I took it very seriously, and I attended hungover.
But I mean, there was a request that perhaps that may be the state.
There was very much a request that you should attend hungover, and I don't think many people adhered to that, but I certainly did, and
you take your work
with
very
gusto.
Seriously. Yes.
Yeah, I take my work seriously.
Okay, so in this, Milton Crawford tackles the food that might be appropriate around the morning after the night before. So, what are we looking at? What's it about?
Well, Milton says that hangovers, far from being the tremendously horrible thing that we know and love, are actually sort of opportunities for self-empowerment, you know, sort of will to power, you know. So cooking is a kind of, you know, one of the good things to sort of get yourself motivated and out of the hangover.
Okay. Anything wrong with just chucking a full English at it?
Well, that's what he thinks. Let's go a bit beyond that. Let's try something a bit different. Let's really push ourselves. You know, let's push ourselves through this hangover.
Straying from the path there, Ali.
Well, I mean, he says that there are 6 kinds of hangovers.
Right.
And in fact, this is P.G. Woodhouse's contention. There are 6 kinds of hangovers, ranging from the broken compass through to the sewing machine, the comet, the atomic, the cement mixer, and the gremlin boogie, which is the worst and the one to be really feared. And I'm usually suffering from the broken compass. I sound like I'm suffering from one today. I'm not. I'm just recovering from laryngitis.
This is it.
But let's just pretend that I am deeply hungover.
Okay, well, we could do that for the purposes of book club.
Being 6 kinds of hangovers, he tailors his recipes to those sorts of hangovers. You know, and the recipes are tailored from very easy to prepare, which people should be extremely grateful for, I think.
Absolutely.
To slightly more involved.
So what are we getting?
You're getting things like, from simple things like sort of Bloody Marys to the legendary Elvis's peanut butter, banana and bacon sandwich, to things like sort of fish finger sandwiches and tea and toast. I mean, these last 2 actually may require you to bake your own bread, as Milton's a little bit right on.
I was going to say, a fish finger sandwich not involving an inordinate amount of cooking.
I mean, there are cons in here. I mean, you know, for instance, who has the patience to cook anything with a hangover, frankly? Plus, you know, he's got an ice cream smoothie here, which involves putting things in a blender, and that's tailored for the sewing machine hangover? I don't think so. You know, not even if you're repeatedly stabbing the blender with the sewing machine headache. Come on, Milton. But I think it's very witty. It's great fun.
Could be inordinately useful in the next coming.
It could be. Well, that's
weeks.
what I'm thinking. The next 2 weeks, I'm guessing this is where sort of office Christmas parties start happening, aren't they? And this is going to be exceptionally useful for 1 or 2 people out there.
Possibly.
More than 1 or 2 people.
And anything your favourite from the book?
I like the Elvis peanut butter sandwich, to be honest.
I thought you said it with relish. Okay, we'll come on then to Willie's Chocolate Bible, real life Willy Wonka in just a second, but we couldn't do it without playing you this, Boy of Girl. It was the only thing to play, really, on the discussion of, really, one of my favourite things. But it's a book that's been brought in by Ali Catterall for part of Tuesday Book Club. So, Willie Harcourt-Cooze, then. We might have seen him on telly,
On Channel 4, yes, he had a series. I can't remember the name of the actual series, actually.
But it was something involving chocolate, and he was pictured with his family and his wife, and
his beautiful model wife and his beautiful kids.
The kids were kind of
his beautiful Willy Wonka-style self.
Okay, so we might have heard of it. What's he done now?
He's written Willie's Chocolate Bible.
Okay.
Chocolate Heaven in Recipes and Stories, in which he takes us through the history of chocolate from the discovery of cacao, which was apparently very the Aztecs and the Mayans were very fond of a little tipple, to put it mildly, and going through how he got into the business and what he's up to, and his amazing recipes, over 150 chocolate recipes, taking everything from fried eggs to five-bellied pork to just lots of lovely. I mean, just looking through this now, it's like Well, it's chocolate porn, to be honest. There's no other word for it. It's chorn. It's extraordinary.
I mean, I stopped at the bitter chocolate tart.
Well, I mean, these pages should be sort of scented and actually, well, lickable, quite honestly. They missed the trick there.
Level, wasn't it? So, has he written before? Is this the first time he's been in print?
No, well, it's his debut book, but there was a tie-in book for the Channel 4 series called Willie's Chocolate Factory Cookbook.
And do you think this brings us something new, or is it just his twist on it? Because there are tons of books.
There are loads and loads of chocolate recipe books out there, you know, from Helga Rubinstein's The Chocolate Book to the Diabetic Chocolate Book.
Of course.
And, excuse me while I throw up, Purple Ronnie's Little Book of Chocolate.
Mm-hmm. So did you like it? I mean, are you a chocolate fan?
Oh, God.
Yeah. Need I ask?
Well, I mean, there's this kind of myth. It's not a myth, obviously, but it's a cliche that women love chocolate more than men. Absolute rubbish and nonsense. And Willie absolutely iterates this. You know, the fact that men love chocolate just as much as women.
You take it back,
and I
brother.
really love chocolate.
And did you cook it? Have you cooked
if I didn't cycle, I'd be Jabba by now. I swear to God.
And he has arrived even in the snow today on his bike. So you enjoyed it, I think.
Yeah, no, I loved it. Well, it's this is tailor-made for me.
And easy to follow the recipes and stuff. Do you think?
Very surprisingly so. Absolutely, really. All you need is a great wodge of cacao, if that's the way you pronounce it, and go for your life.
And anything else from the kitchen cupboard, by the sounds of things.
Absolutely. I mean, you may have to sauce quite a few things. I mean, there's chili and cloves and vanilla pods and anything from sort of oranges to indeed the pork.
But largely, we are
largely just get yourself a big wodge of Willie's chocolate, which you can buy in Selfridges actually.
But I'm sure there are other.
I'm sure there. Yes, and other branches and other places.
Ali Catterall, thank you very much for your week on indulgence.